Hello everybody and welcome back to Comet Sighted. Today we're going to be talking about Dev Diary number 15 for Imperator Rome from the 3rd of September 2018. Today we are going to be talking about military traditions and a couple other things. This is a really good DD. I thoroughly enjoyed this read. Hi everyone and welcome to the 15th Dev Diary for Imperator. This time it is about a feature that does not correspond to anything we've had in the original Rome, which is our new military tradition system. There are 7 different military traditions in the world tied to which culture group you have, and due to the size of the traditions and how they are structured, you will see rather different and unique nations. Military traditions unlock unique abilities, unlock new units, and give special bonuses to units. Each military tradition has 1 bonus they get from the start, and then 3 different paths they can go down through. Where after you pick the 7th tradition in that path, you'll get the special benefit from that as well. Sounds very much like a EU4 idea group. It is not very likely you will get to the end of all paths by the end of the game, so you really have to think about which path you want to progress down through first. 1 military tradition currently costs 800 military power, and each tradition taken increases the cost by 50%, and each military technology reduces it by 25%. So right there, you can pay extra to go up down that tree early, or you can tack up a little bit and pay less for it. That's an interesting dynamic there. I like that. Kind of like teching up, like waiting to get behind in tech in EU4 to save points, because the farther behind you are, the cheaper the tech is. I like that. Today we'll take a look at the Barbarian military traditions, which is used in most culture groups in northwestern Europe. They all start with the bonus to unlock chariots as a unit. Chariots are relatively cheap, faster than infantry, and utterly destroy light infantry on the battlefield. The first path of the Barbarian tradition is the Britannic path. Scythe chariots give 15% chariot offense. Coming of age gives 15% light infantry defense. Living off the land, minus 15% land unit attrition. Word of mouth, 25% manpower recovery. Chariot mastery, 15% chariot morale. Selective breeding, minus 25% light cavalry cost. Take up arms, 15% archer morale. The end bonus of this path is trained cavalry, which gives 15% discipline to both light cav and chariots. The second path of the Barbarian tradition is the Germanic path. Strike and withdraw. 15% light infantry morale, natural resources, minus 25% light cav and chariot cost. That's the same as the... Isn't that the same as one of the... No. Okay, wait. I'm looking up at the Britannic one now. That one was natural resources cav cost. Let's see. Selective breeding, minus 25% light cav cost. So, a little overlap there, isn't there? Oh, there's gonna be. Ambush, 25% cav bonus for light infantry in, or combat bonus, my bad, for light infantry in forests. I really like that one, because that one's very specific. I like the specificity there. The Glory of the Hunt allows raiding. That's cool. Another unique mechanic there. Shield Wall, 15% heavy infantry defense. The Young Must Serve, minus 25% light infantry cost. Hail of Stones, archer defense. I imagine that it's like in reference to slingers. The end bonus is adaptability, which gives 15% discipline to light infantry. That's very cool. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far on these, because it very specifically looks like it will tweak your combat like style. Well, if you're trying to play smart, like especially that. Let's see, which one was it? Ambush, 25% combat bonus for light infantry in forest. That could be the difference between a victory and a defeat right there. Just that one. Anywho, the third path of the Barbarian tradition is the Gallic path. Strike from afar, 15% archer offense. Confederations, 15% global manpower. The planes will fight with us, 15% combat bonus for light infantry and chariots on planes. In defense of our home allows levies. I'm not sure what that is just yet. May have gone over that before in one of the other military Dev Diaries, but I'm not sure. It's not ringing a bell. people on the move, 25% quicker unit recruitment. The unit recruitment speed I never really felt was a very useful boon. Strong arm, 15% heavy infantry offense, scale the walls, 15% siege ability. Of course, unless of course the units take longer to recruit in this, because like in EU4 it's like, you know, infantry is what, like 60 days or something like that. On a high speed, that's just a blip. The only thing it only really makes a difference is when you're talking about like ships that take years to build. Then when you're getting a bonus to that, it's good. And anywho, end bonus for the Gallic Path is, let's see, blow the trumpet in the new moon, 10% land morale. I was hoping for something a little more interesting on there, but it's okay. And we have our picture, well, our first picture of the day. We have a couple from Twitter that we're going to be pulling from. And is this culture? Are we looking at a culture map mode right now? I see Hellenic down here. What does that say right there? I can't really see. I don't know. I don't know what map mode this would be right now. Well, there's only a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 9. Terrain. Simple terrain. Political. Diplo. Looks like trade. Population. Maybe states and territories kind of thing. But anywho, this is the actual like path you can go down. It's vertical, kind of like in like a tree, like a focus tree in Hoi 4. You start at the top, work your way down, and you can see we have Barbarian Traditions. You have information from the, this would be like akin to the military panel from EU4. Morale, discipline, naval morale, siege ability, and fort defense is what I'm guessing here. And then you just go down this. I like it. I like what I'm seeing so far. I like the. I know it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference for the game, but I like seeing that they're using the little placeholder icons they have for the pop-ups there. The only time I did not like seeing that is during the dark days of Paradox DLC, aka Monks and Mystics, Mandate of Heaven, and I think it was Death and Dishonor. Everything that came out in that time period was just garbage. I remember specifically in Monks and Mystics, in the release version of the game, there were placeholder UI elements. Not only were there placeholder UI elements, but when you clicked on them, they didn't take you to the... There wasn't the right script attached to them. They didn't take you to the right panel. And we're back to Johan's Twitter. This is the same picture from the Dev Diary, but these two I'm very interested in. Well, this one more than this one. This one goes hand in hand with the Dev Diary, and it kind of just shows you the... we've got more Barbarian Tradition. Chariot culture allows chariots. Nothing special here that we didn't see in the other one. Well, we can't see the map, though. And this looks like it's on, you know, normal terrain map mode. Nice texture for the water. I know some people have been complaining about the way the map looks. Frankly, that doesn't really matter much to me. You're playing a game where you're just looking at a map. It's not really the visuals. Like, to me, at least. I know some people care about that, but to me, at least, it's... I'm not here for the map. I know a lot of people like to use like graphical improvements and stuff like that, mods, map mods, but to me, the story that's being told and you know, the politics of the country and what's going on in your development, that's what's interesting to me. So the map is just something in the background of my mind that I don't even really notice. So it doesn't matter to me that if what it looks like. But I know some people care, but I think this one looks pretty good. I have no complaints there. But like I was saying, oh, we can see a little bit of England here, which is pretty cool. It's I like that even on, like, you know, kind of, I hate to say it, but like for this time period, the periphery of the world, there is still some nice sized provinces. There, by nice size, I mean small, not large. I like small provinces means there's some good granularity in there. But anywho, let's move on to the one I was very interested in. This is population map mode, which I think is really, really cool. You can clearly see where there's like really heavy population centers. Even like, you know, there's a couple like nice bright spots in Italy here, but the highest population areas, you know, in the flood zones at the base, you know, downriver in the Nile, where there is, you know, really, really good farmland, and some places in the east and along the trade routes, and not just that. There's a cool map mode. I really do like this map mode. I think it'll be very useful in coming MP games. Well, single player too, but mostly MP. I like seeing the trade routes though. I was sitting here for a few minutes, just kind of looking over the trade routes, going, "This is pretty cool." This one caught my eye too. This one down here, it's like, what is right here in this time frame in 450? Or this is, you know, this is not 450 BC. This is 450 AUC, which I'm not exactly. I used to know it, but I don't know what that is off the top of my head right now. 700 something BC, right? No, I feel like I'm making a fool of myself because I don't actually know off the top of my head. But anywho, there's either an important city here or an important trade good that needs to be this is a trade good just to get whatever's right there out and down. But like, you got really high population centers, even way out. I feel like it's going to mean that playing in the east is going to be perfectly fun and viable, which is good. Because, you know, and a lot of times in EU4, you know, the areas of the world, you know, that aren't, I'm thinking North America mostly. North America is boring in EU4. There's nothing to do there. Central America and South America can be fun, but North America is just balls. But anywho, this map mode is pretty sweet. You can see all the little trade routes through the Alps and all the passes. It's just, there's going to be tactics to the map, which I like. Well, it's gonna, because we're looking at a map, it's more like strategy. There's going to be more strategy involved in which land you take, because you can easily, you know, in a lot of areas, really turtle down by taking a choke point and fording up. I like that. Oh, let's go back to the Dev Diary. There's a couple things I want to talk about. So I mentioned this when we went over before, but 800 military power points for basically an idea. I mean, these are really strong, so I'm okay with the cost. The fact that this part right here exists, I find very interesting. So in a pinch, you can kind of go ahead and keep dumping those points into your into your military traditions here, but it's going to get really, really expensive. Or on the other hand, if you think you can if you can go without them, you just let it fall by the wayside, tech up, take those minus 25%, pay a lot less. That's kind of like, I like to try to play efficiently as often as possible. So for me, you know, kind of spending the least amount of points to get the most benefit, that's a lot of my play style. Even if it means I'm weak in the short run, it means I'm stronger in the long run. I like that kind of play style, and I like that is in there because it allows a level of dynamic gameplay, even to a little feature, you know, a feature in a feature, kind of like this. I like it. Now, as for the specific barbarian military traditions, I do like them. I think that some items might, you know, could use a little bit of tweaking to make them a little bit more like diversified from the other ones. Like I found that, like, looking at this, barbarian in the Britannic path and the Germanic path seemed pretty similar a little bit. In some places there were some overlaps in there, maybe changing the numbers up a little bit so one is clearly better than the other one in that field, or changing some, you know, this stuff could always change in the future. You never know. What I do really, really like about it is some of these have unique mechanics that unlock only to them, only the people that have taken this path. Like this one, Glory of the Hun allows raiding, and In Defense of Our Homeland allows levies. I like that is a thing that you specifically have to take this path to unlock certain abilities. I like this. It's not just a percentage gain or you know, reduction in attrition or something like that. There are actual abilities and features that unlock through the trees. I do really like that. But that's going to be it for the day, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this Dev Diary. I know I have. This one I really, really enjoyed reading over. I think this is all positive here. I don't have any major complaints. I would say 9 out of 10. I'm happy with it. 9 out of 10, I'm happy with it. Some tweaks here, but you know, Dev Diaries is always kind of preliminary information. It could always change in the future, but like I was saying, I'm just rambling now. Let me know what you guys think about it. I hope you enjoyed this Dev Diary as much as I did, and I will see you all next time.